Breathe deep into the belly and begin to count. Breathe in for 6 counts. And then hold the breath for 4. Hang on to that breath. And then long, slow exhale for 8 counts. Continue in this way. 6 counts, breathe into the belly. Hold it for 4. And out for 8. Five more breathing cycles in this way. To relax any effort or thought to the breath. And just notice, how does that feel? How does it feel to breathe in this way? To practice breathing. Let that awareness and connection with breath, body, sensations stay with you into your movement practice tonight. As you start to invite some wiggles into the fingers and toes, and then gently flutter the eyelashes to a soft gaze. Bring the arms wide on the breath in, up overhead. Reach tall through the hands, bring the hands together, interlace the fingers and push up through the palms. Reach long through the body, and on the next exhale, we're gonna go up and over to the right, up long and over. Sink your left hip into the ground as you reach up and over to the right. Back up at center, reach tall, lift your waist, heart, and hands up and over to the left. Sink your right hip into the floor. One more to each side. Back up at center, reach tall through the hands and let them float back down. Bring the legs into a long bend so that your feet are flat on the mat, but you still have a long bend in your legs. And then bring the feet wide towards the outside edges of the mat, so wherever your feet can be comfortably planted into the mat. Hang on to the tops of the shins just below the knees, and you're going to think of the pelvis rocking forward and backward to drive the rotation. The rotation drives this movement with the breath. So on the inhale, your pubic bone tips down, pop your belly forward, lift the face and heart, shoulders down. And on the exhale, roll back to the glutes, tuck your belly in, tuck your heart, bow your face to your heart. Maximal rounding in the back body. Keep going in this way. 4 more movement cycles with the breath. Tip the pubic bone down, pop the belly forward, lift the face and heart. And exhale, round it back to the glutes, round back body, bow your face. 3 more. Move with the pace of your breath. And inhale back up to neutral seated. Bring the feet in front of you. Bent knees, feet hips distance apart. Bring your hands underneath the right leg, right under thigh. Bring it towards you. Hug that towards the body. You're stabilizing with the left. And flex and point through this foot. Flex and point. And then bring the toes up to pointing towards the knee. And then kick long through the heel. Ooh, ah. Keep going. Going to 6. And last one, hold it. Hold the lift, lock out the leg, hold it. Relax your face, relax your jaw. Shine your heart to the sky. And slowly lower it back down. Second side. Bring your hands underneath the left thigh. And then hug that towards the body as you flex and point, flex and point. Bring the toes up to pointing to the knee, and then 6 times reach long to straight or straight-ish. And last one, hold it. Hold the lift, hold the lift. Remember to breathe, relaxed face, relaxed jaw, relaxed neck muscles, lift the heart, shine it to the sky as you reach long through the heel, lock out that leg to straight or straight-ish. You're hugging the muscles of the leg to the bone so that you can strengthen the front and lengthen the back. It's a dynamic stretch. And then slowly lower back down. Hands underneath both thighs. Walk the feet a little bit closer. Find that balancing point. That might be your first edge. How do I balance here? How do I hold it here on the glute? So find that balancing point. And even if you need to keep touching down and lift, touch down and lift, you can play with that. Play with that touch down and lift to build the memory of staying. If you can stay here, start to lift up. Toes point back towards you. Reach long through the heel. Just find your edge. Wherever that is, find your edge and hold it. Build the muscle memory. This practice is not about nailing 100% of the pose the first time. That's not how it works. You keep coming back, you keep practicing, you keep showing up and seeing what's possible. Be curious about where your edge is tonight. And stay. Stay with that edge. And over time it will change. 2 more breaths here. Shine your heart up, draw your shoulders down and back. And slowly lower back down. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. For this next one, you can hold it with balance, or you can touch down with the hands back behind you. You have the option here. We're gonna lengthen each side. Feet hips distance apart, balanced bicycle. And remember, you can add more challenge by lifting the hands. Just a few more here. And 3, 2, 1. And bring it to a pause. Draw the legs long and down to the mat, hands at either sides of the hips. Press into the mat to lengthen your body upward. Lift the waist up out of the hips, lift the heart. Keep the body tall. Keep the body tall. Lift the heart, shoulders down the back body. Bring your arms nice and round and wide. Reach long through your heels. Bring your feet to hips distance apart. Make sure they're hips distance apart. Allows the inner thighs to activate and engage with the core. On the next exhale, lean back. Just as much as it feels comfortable for you. Try not to let your head fall forward. Head and neck in line with the body. Lift the heart, shoulders down and back. Engage those lat muscles on the sides, down and back. Keep breathing, relaxed face, relaxed jaw. You notice with the feet hips distance apart, you can really feel the inner thighs engaging. Maybe you notice them squeezing up towards the core or lifting up towards the sky a little bit. We're going to play with this and add another layer only if you want to. This is a great place to stay. If you would like to play with this and add another layer, lift your left leg an inch or two. And hold. And breathe. And bring it back down, second side. Head and neck in line with the body, heart shine to the sky, relax face, relax jaw, relax neck. Remember to breathe. And slowly bring it back, come on back to neutral seated. Inhale the arms up overhead. On the exhale, round down to forward fold. 2 more times, going to 3. On the inhale, roll up slowly. On the exhale, round down. Move with the breath. Last one. And hang out here in forward fold. Relax your arms to the sides of the legs. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders. If you need more stretch, reach the crown, reach the top of the head towards the feet. If you need more stretch, active toes point to the sky. No reaching or pulling. Soft shoulders, long space between the shoulders and ears. Long back of the neck, slightly tuck your chin towards the throat to lengthen the back of the neck in line with the back body. On the next inhale, walk the body back upright. Bring the feet back around behind you. Come up onto your knees. If you need extra cushion, you can always fold over your mat. Add extra cushion for the knees, or if you brought a cushion, that's wonderful. Always listen to your body. Give yourself what you need. Wide spread fingers, ground against the mat. Lengthen your right leg straight back behind you with toes tucked under. Reach long to a long right leg. And find your ribs. Notice if they're dropping down towards the floor, they're humping up to the sky, Try to find that neutral where the belly is just slightly crunched. Just slightly crunched. And if you'd like and you're ready, lift up the left hand. Long sides of the body, no scrunching on the sides of the body. Shoulders stay parallel to hips, wide spread fingers, micro bent elbows. Push into your knuckles more. There we go. Lift up that right leg. This is a great place to stay and explore. If you would like more challenge for your practice today, bring your hand and leg wide to the side 5 inches, down 5 inches, back to the center 5 inches, up 5-inch squares, 5 of them. 4 more. Wide, down, in, up. And hold at the end. Whenever you finish, we all might go at different paces. Hold. Bring that hand back down. Keep the leg lifted. And then you're gonna bend so that you come to a right angle at the knee and right angle at the ankle. And then pulse through the heel. Pulse through the heel. Two more going to 7. And then lengthen that leg back out and bring it back down. Lengthen the left leg, toes tucked under, long back leg. Find your ribs, find the sides of the body, hips parallel to shoulders. And then when you're ready, if you'd like, lift up the right arm and then that leg. Hold the lift. This is a great place to stay. Push into your knuckles. Wide spread fingers, micro bend elbow. If you'd like more challenge, 5 inches wide, 5 inches down. Back to center and up. 4 more. And hold, hold, hold the lift. Bring that hand back down. Bend at the knee so that the knee's at a right angle. Your ankle is at a right angle. And then pulse the lift through the heel. Keep your right angles. It's just a pulse lift through the glute and hamstring. Going to 7. And then lengthen that leg back out and bring it back down. Sit the hips back to the heels, slide the hands forward into child's pose. Reach long through the arms. You can press through the armpits towards the mat for added shoulder stretch and opening. Breathe big into your torso. Let the torso expand over the thighs. Lift your head and heart to look at the mat between your hands. Look at the mat between your hands. Have your hands shoulders distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. Wide spread fingers grab at the mat. Slide your head and heart low and forward. As the weight of your heart comes over your hands, push into your arms. Push off of the feet to lift the legs into a plank. Squeeze your legs, squeeze your glutes. Lower the hips halfway, lift the head and heart. Shoulders push down away from the ears, micro bent elbows. And hips up into the air, down dog. Push off of the fingers and knuckles. Squeeze your upper arms towards the sides of the head. Bring your right knee towards the chest extension, lift that leg. Keep your hips parallel to shoulders. See if you can keep your hips parallel to shoulders to start. 2 more, knee to chest. Extension lift, hips parallel, hips parallel. Good, noticing. 1 more. And now this time, bring your knee back to the chest. We're gonna splay. We're gonna splay the hips and heart towards the side mirror. So turn your hips and heart as you lift that leg towards the side. And now bend at the knee, let your foot hang back by your glute, point that knee to the sky. Bring that knee back to the chest, and then rock your head, heart, and knee forward. Rock it forward until you feel confident to bring that foot to the outside of the hand. Find another way there if you need to. Bring that foot to the outside of the hand. Foot to the outside of the hand. Bring your weight into the left hand. Open up your right hand and heart to the side mirror. And breathe and hold. And then bring it back. Bring your hand up to that knee. Help the body come upright into a big lunge. Take your time finding stability here with the feet. Bring your left hand back to the left glute. Squeeze that glute, soft back knee. As you squeeze the glute, open up this frontal hip flexor on the left. So it's a slight crunch of the belly as you press into that open hip flexor. Slightly crunch the belly and lift the arm up. And we're going to turn this into a breathing movement. Softly let that hand float down. Release the glute, release the hip. Soften the bend in the front knee to straight or straight-ish as you bow towards that leg. Slow movement, long, smooth breaths as you come back upright. Left hand to the left glute. Squeeze, slightly crunch the belly. And lift up. And then bring it back down. We're just going to go to 5 of these. Should be 3 more after this one. And then one more holding. Hold this time, crunch the belly, squeeze the glute, and hold the lift. Hold it here, 3 more breaths. Crunch the belly on the exhale. Press through that open hip flexor. Soft back knee. Squeeze the glute into it. And slowly release that pose. Hinge at the hips. Help the body bow down. We're going to stay here. Your right hand might come to the inner foot, all the way down to the mat. It might hold on to the top of the foot or above the ankle on the low leg. Wherever you can hang on, open up your left hand and heart to the left. Think of turning that belly, roll that belly and heart up to the sky. Head and neck in line with the body. Where can you release any crunchies in the head, neck, and shoulders? into bowing to that leg. Softly unlock the knee in the front leg, coming back to a deep lunge. Bring your hand back, right hand back to the instep of the right foot, widespread fingers ground against the mat, weight of your heart over your fingers and knuckles, step that foot back. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the glutes, bring the hips halfway down, lift the head and heart. Soften the knees down to the mat, relax the feet and ankles, sit the hips back to the heels, into child's pose. Slide the arms long to extended arms, child's pose. Lift the head and heart. Look at the mat between your hands. Widespread fingers grab at the mat. Hands a little bit wider than shoulders distance. Slide your head and heart low and forward. Weight of your heart comes over the knuckles. Push off of the arms. Push off of the feet. And squeeze the legs. Squeeze the glutes. Lower the hips. Halfway lift the head and heart. Shoulders down, micro bent elbows. Try not to drop those hips and knees. Just squeeze the glutes into protecting that overarching of the back. Tuck your toes under, hips up into the air, down dog. Squeeze your upper arms towards the sides of the head. Bring your left knee towards the chest. Keep the hips and shoulders parallel as you extension lift that leg. Hips and shoulders parallel, 2 more times. And then this time, knee to the chest, prepare to splay. Turn your hips and heart towards the left. As you open up your hips and heart and lift that leg. Point your knee to the sky, bend at the knee, let your foot hang back by your glute. Lift, lift, lift that knee up. Bring that knee back to the chest and slow motion rock. Slow motion rock your head, heart, and knee forward. When you feel ready to do so, bring that foot to the outside of the hand. Bring your weight into the right hand. Open up your left hand and heart to the left. Space between the shoulders and ears, soft unlocked elbows, arms in line with the heart. Bring it back to center. Hands come up to the knee. Help the body come upright. Take your time finding stable feet in your deep lunge. Unlock the back knee as the right hand comes to the right glute, and you're going to squeeze into it. Push into that open hip flexor. Crunch the belly as you lift up the arms. We're going to make this into a smooth movement into the bow. Hand floats down to the front leg. Unlock, soften to a straight or straight-ish knee. And bow down. Going to 5 here, 4 more movement cycles. Squeeze the glutes, soft back knee, crunch the belly. Last one, we're gonna hang out into the lift. Squeeze the glute, crunch the belly, unlocked back knee as you lift up, hold it here. Press into the open hip flexor, squeeze that right glute into it. Crunch the belly, active core, racing from the rib cage to the pubic bone. And slowly, gently release. Unlock the hips, hinge as you bow towards a straight or straight-ish leg. Straight or straight-ish front leg. Straight or straight-ish front leg. Your left hand may come all the way down to the mat, to the left instep of the foot, or on top of the foot, or above the ankle at the low leg, wherever it's comfortable for you to place that hand. Open up your right hand and heart to the right. Head and neck in line with the body. Think of rolling your belly and heart up to the sky. Try to release any crunchies in the head, neck, and shoulders. Space between the shoulders and ears, arms in line with the heart. Soft face, soft jaw. And then bring it back to center. Find your center, take your time in unlocking that knee back to a bend. Hands down to the mat, widespread fingers, your left hand to the instep of the left foot. Bring the weight of your heart into your fingers and knuckles as you step that foot back. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the glutes, lower the hips halfway, lift the head and heart. Try not to drop those hips. Squeeze the glutes into protecting the low back. Hips hovering. Down dog, push off the fingers and knuckles, hips up into the air. And we're gonna roll it back down. Roll it down to high plank. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the glutes, lift the head and heart. Last one. Roll it up, hips up into the air, lift those hips, sink your heart between your shoulders, and then roll it back down to the high plank. This time we're going to stop at high plank. Pause at your high plank. Bring your feet wide, a little wider than shoulders distance. Bring your right hand to the opposite shoulder. I know. Find your parallels. Find your parallels. Shoulders parallel the hips and parallel the mat. Right hand comes back down, second side. One more time on each side. Second side, last one. And bring it back down, soften the knees, soften the hips. Back to the heels into child's pose. those three-limbed planks. No joke, huh? Whew. Breathe deep into the body. Let the torso expand over the thighs. Roll on up to seated. Release the feet around in front of you. Come on down to lying down. Take gentle care in how you get there. Bring the legs straight up to the sky. Arms down at your sides. And flex and point, flex and point. Make some circles with the ankles and feet. And go both directions. Then reach long through the heels, toes pointing back towards you. Feet hips distance apart, parallel space between your legs. Lower your legs 1 to 2/3 of the way until you feel an arch in your low back. Find that arch in your low back. Hold it. This is a great place to stay if you'd like to add a layer of movement. Lower the right heel down to the mat and bring it back on the exhale. Alternate. Going to 8 on each side. Long legs, straight or straight-ish, parallel spacing between them, feet hips distance apart. Then hold the lift, hold the lift, hold the lift. Bring bent knees back towards you, give yourself a hug. Let the right foot float down to the mat with a bent knee pointing to the sky. Lift your left leg straight up into the air. Flex and point as you slowly lower that leg down to the mat. Flex and point. We're strengthening the muscles of the arch when you flex and point as you lower. Those muscles extend into the low leg. Heel touch down and then flex and point all the way back up. Bring that knee down to the chest, give it a hug. Help that knee draw a circle. Make small circles here. Let the small circles get bigger. We're massaging the range of motion at the ball and socket joint of the hip and go in both directions. Using the knee to draw a circle for the whole upper leg, the whole hip joint. Give that knee a deep squeeze. And let it float down. Foot floats down to the mat with the knee pointing to the sky. Lift up the right leg. Flex and point, and slowly lower. Heel touch down and flex and point all the way back up. Bring that bent knee down towards you and help the leg make a circle. And switch direction. That knee back towards the chest and deep squeeze. And let it float back down to the mat. Feet hips distance apart, ground below the knees, or a little bit away from you. So below the knees or a little bit away from you. Arms down at your sides. Inhale to prepare. On the exhale, squeeze the glutes into a bridge. And then slowly lower back down on the inhale. Just going to 5. 4 more gentle breathing bridges. If you want to, you can bring the arms up overhead as you lift with the exhale. Up to the hands as you finish, and then create that gentle rocking movement. Push and pull the knees. Let the legs be soft and passive. Keep hold of the knees the whole time. They push to an arm's length. They come back towards you. We're creating an arch and flattening of the low back. This helps pump hydration into the discs. This is a pumping motion. Those discs don't have their own nutrient and hydration supply, so we're pumping that hydration and nutrients from the blood flow into the disc and helping it release waste, keeping a healthy spine. You only get one of these things. It's a great way to start the day or any workout practice or at the end. Can you feel ready? Let the feet and legs float down to the mat into any position that's comfortable for you. Relax the arms. Let the body feel heavy and held by this space and a moment. As you settle in for Shavasana, our final meditation pose. How do you feel? How do you feel now in comparison to when you got here? This amazing being that you are is always integrating new information, adapting, conspiring in your favor. This practice is not about poses. It's about making time and space to be with yourself. Where you're at tonight on your journey is perfect. This practice of movement, stillness, breathing, being curious. These are all practices for you to come home to whenever you want. Even if it's just for 2 seconds, you can always come home to making time and space for yourself. Invite gratitude into your heart for making all of this time to be here with your practice tonight. Let that gratitude and loving kindness for all that you are course throughout your being. Let that carry you into your night and week and life. You slowly, gently find movement in the body. Maybe you start to reach or bend or stretch in any way that's still calling to you.